Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we will be installing Nextcloud the native way. There's a couple of ways you can do to get Nextcloud. You can either buy one of their boxes or their servers online, which is going to cost you some money, or you can install it on your TrueNAS. Maybe someday I'm going to make a video about TrueNAS, but for today we're going to go ahead and install Nextcloud on a virtual machine. As you can see here, I have VMware Fusion on my Mac, and I installed an Ubuntu 22.04 virtual machine. And now I'm SSH'd into that Ubuntu server as root, and we're going to go ahead and install Nextcloud. The first thing we want to do here is create a local user that we're going to use for Nextcloud, because we want to be able to use a regular user with sudo privileges for best practices, unlike us using the root account. So in order for us to successfully install Nextcloud, we need some packages. We need the Apache web server, we need a MariaDB database, or we need MySQL and some PHP modules. For starters, we're going to start by installing creating a new user, and we're going to call this user ncadmin. So the first thing we're going to do is use the command adduser, and we'll call our user ncadmin. And once we add that user, we're going to have to give that user a password. And once we create a password, all the other information, you can skip it or you can enter them at your choice. Once we're done, the next thing we want to do is give the ncadmin user the sudo privileges. So we're going to add them to the sudo user group. In order for us to do this, we're going to use the command usermod ag sudo ncadmin. Once we do that, see our command, we get no errors. It means we successfully added ncadmin to our sudo group. The next thing we want to do here is install updates on our systems. We're going to use the sudo apt update, and then we're going to use the sudo apc upgrade. And once that's completed, the next thing we want to do is set a host name for our Ubuntu server. I already have my host name set, but for you to do this, you just need to follow the command and use your favorite Linux text editor. In this case, I'm using Nano, and you're going to run the command sudo nano etc hostname, and that's the file name that we're going to change. So Nano is not installed, so to install Nano, we're going to use sudo apt-get install nano. And once that's complete, now we can go back and run our command to be able to edit our hostname file. You can change this file and put in the hostname of your choice. Once you do that, just make sure to type the command sudo reboot and reboot your Linux system. And once that's complete, now we're going to disable root login so that no one is able to log in into our Ubuntu system as a root user. So we're going to do sudo as a root user using SSH. I needed to specify that. So we're going to use sudo nano etc, and then we're going to go to SSH and sshd underscore config. What you want to change here is go to permit root login and change this to a no. Once you do that, you save the file, and the next thing you want to do is restart SSH. And once you do that, we're now done with the disabling the root login via the SSH and restarting our SSH. At this point, we want to exit and log back in as our ncadmin user. So now that we're back on and logged in as our ncadmin user, as you can see, the next thing we want to do is download the Nextcloud package. In order to do this, we're going to run the wget or wget command, and we're going to be able to download our Nextcloud from the Nextcloud web latest release. And once we download that, the next thing we want to do is go ahead and start by installing our database. For you to install the database, you want to use the command sudo apt install mariadb-server. And once you do that, and you confirm by entering your password, It is going to install mariadb-server and all the packages that are needed to be able to successfully run mariadb. So at this point, I'm going to pause the video and come back when it is complete. So once that's completed, the next thing we want to do is we want to check our status of our MariaDB server and make sure it was installed successfully. As we can see, our MariaDB service was successfully installed and we have no errors. So the next thing we want to do is configure our MySQL or MariaDB configuration to make it secure. In order to do this, we're going to run the command sudo mysql secure installation. And once we do that, it's going to ask us to enter our current password for root. And you want to do that for the root account user. So once you do that, it is going to ask you if you want to be able to have your root account protected and switch to Unix socket authentication. So in this case, we're going to do no. We already have our root account secured, so we don't need to change the password. And we're going to remove anonymous users. We're going to disallow root login remotely. And at this point, we're going to remove the test database and reload privileges. So once that's done, you want to run the command sudo mariadb to be able to log into your mariadb instance. Once you do that, we want to create a Nextcloud database. And for you to do this, you're going to run the command create database Nextcloud. Once you do that, the next thing we want to do is create a Nextcloud user and make sure that user can only log in as localhost and grant all privileges to that user to our Nextcloud database and also create a password. You just need to follow the commands and make sure you change mysecurepassword to the password that you want to use. And once that's done, the only final thing we need to do for this is flush the privileges. And then we're going to exit. At this point, what we want to do now is set up and install our Apache web server. So in order to do this, there's a bunch of packages that we need to install. Don't forget, you can follow by using the document that's available in the description section below. So we're going to run the command and we're going to select yes to install all the packages needed for our Apache and PHP modules. And once you do that, it may take some time depending on your internet speed for this to complete. So once that's completed, we want to make sure we check our status for our Apache web server to make sure it's running just fine. So you're going to use the command systemctl status Apache 2. And we can see Apache server is running just fine and we have no errors. So the next thing we want to do at this point is follow the Nextcloud requirements and enable our recommended PHP extensions that we need to be able to successfully run Nextcloud. So we're going to use the command sudo php-enmod bcmath gmp image ick space intl. And that's all you need to do. And now we're going to go ahead and install unzip. Unzip so we can be able to unzip the file that we downloaded for Nextcloud. So you're going to run the command sudo apt install unzip. And once that's completed, then we're going to run the command unzip followed by the file name. So I'm going to wait for the installation for unzip to complete since my internet is being a little bit slow. And once that's done, we're going to go ahead and unzip the latest .zip file that we downloaded. So now that our unzip installation is complete, all we need to do is use the unzip command to be able to unzip and extract the file's latest .zip. So once you run that command, your Ubuntu machine is going to go ahead and unzip the file that we just downloaded for Nextcloud. If we use the ls command, we can see now that we have a folder added called Nextcloud. At this point, what we want to do is rename that Nextcloud folder and call it something else. So in this case, I'm going to change it from Nextcloud to cloud.geektogether.com. You can name it whatever you want, but I'm just going to name it that way. So you're going to use the command move Nextcloud space the name you want to give that. Now if you do ls again, we see that file name was changed. The next thing we want to do is set the regular or necessarily file permissions and group ownership. So we're going to set an owner user and a group that the user is going to belong in for the files. So in this case, we're going to run the command sudo chown -r. We're going to do wdata for the user and www data for the user and www data for the group. And then space in cloud.geektogether.com. Remember to change the cloud.geektogether.com to whatever you want it to be. And once we do that, we're going to run the command. The next thing we want to do is move this folder to the var/www folder, because that's where Apache 2 is going to run the web server. So we're going to run the command sudo move cloud.geektogether.com/var/www. Once we move that folder, the next thing we want to do is disable the Apache default site. In order for us to do this, we're going to run the command sudo -a2 this site 000-default.conf. And once you run that, you don't have to reload Apache 2 as of right now. The next thing we're going to do is set up our Nextcloud configuration file for our web server. So we're going to run the command sudo -nano, since we're using nano as our text editor, and space, and you want to go to the etc Apache 2 sites available. And now we want to give our file a name. Make sure to change this name into the name that you named your Nextcloud folder, and you want to add .conf at the end. So once you run that command, there's a specific spot of configurations that we're going to paste in here. You don't have to make any changes. The only changes you have to make is replace the cloud.geektogether.com with your Nextcloud folder name that we renamed the Nextcloud downloaded file that we unzipped to that. So just replace the cloud.geektogether.com to whatever you created the name for. And you do that for every one of these spaces. So everyone in this file that you see the cloud.geektogether.com, just replace it with your file name. And once it's done, you want to save that file. And the next thing you want to do is enable our site's configuration. So you're going to do the command sudo -a2 nsite space and the file name or the configuration name. In this case is cloud.geektogether.com.conf for my site. And now you can see the site was successfully enabled. The next thing we want to do is make some changes to our PHP module that is recommended for Nextcloud. Remember, all that information is in the document in the description below, so you can use that to follow. For this video, I am not going to make the changes on screen because it's going to waste time, so I'm just going to show you how to do that. So we're going to use nano to open up that file. As you can see, in my case, the file doesn't exist. This is because the PHP version as of today has changed. So we're no longer running 7.4, and that's why we get the error message. So in order for us to find our PHP version, we can just do the ls command to view what's in the PHP folder, and we see that we are currently running PHP 8.1. So we just need to go back on there and change that 7.4 to PHP 8.1. And now we can go in here and search for the changes, what we want to make, and follow the documentation and make those changes. I'm just going to go ahead and search and make the first change, which is the memory limit. And then we're going to change this to 512. Okay. I will make the other changes later. So for now, I'm just going to save that file and call it a day. The next thing we want to do is ensure that all the PHP modules that we need for Nextcloud are enabled. In this case, we need to run the command sudo -a2 nmod -dir env -headers -mime rewrite ssl. So once you run that command, we can see we get no errors, so everything was run successfully. And at this point, all you need to do is restart your Apache 2 instance. And now we're going to go back to our browser and we're going to try to access our Nextcloud instance. And at this point, when we try to access our Nextcloud instance, we're presented with a screen and it wants us to make some changes. We're going to have to create an admin account that we're going to use to log into Nextcloud and create a password. In this case, I'm going to create the account and call the username admin. You can change it to whatever you like. For the password, I'm going to set a password that I'm going to remember. You can also do the same. And make sure the storage and database stays the same. You don't have to make any changes to those. But now we have to input the database user, the password, and the database name that we created when we did the MariaDB installation. For the database user, we use Nextcloud. The database, we use Nextcloud. And the password, make sure you enter the password that you created when we installed our MySQL and created a user account and password. In this case, my password was mysecurepassword, and then the database was Nextcloud. And once you do that, you just need to hit install, and Nextcloud is going to go ahead and install and complete the installation that we've been trying to do since we started this video. In this case, it may take some time depending on the speed of your system. We're just going to pause the video here and return back when it's done. Now we can see Nextcloud asks us if we want to install the recommended applications that comes with Nextcloud, which includes the calendar and everything else on this list. You don't have to do that now, as you can do that later. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to skip that. And now we are completely done with installing our Nextcloud. Now we can go ahead and start creating files and add external shares and create more users and do all sorts of cool stuff in Nextcloud. This brings us to the end of this video on how to be able to install Nextcloud. If you have any questions, please do not forget to leave it down in the comment section below, and please like the video and subscribe to the channel. For future videos on Nextcloud, we're going to make videos on how to get rid of all these warnings and better configure your Nextcloud server, including installing an SSL certificate. Thank you for watching and have a great day.